message.
Trust divine providence. A year ago, I stood with my staff in my office, and I told them we need to have an event, the Lincoln Memorial. I'm not quite sure what it is yet. And we stood 3 weeks ago because of security and because we knew the event was getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and so did the wonderful National Park Service. Our costs went up dramatically, and I had a goal that I wanted to give SOWF, and there was no way to reach that goal. And I had just come from a fundraiser, and I had given my last measure. We were out of everything we could do. We were out of time, and we were short $600,000 to meet our goal. We were at $3.1 million. And I, for the first time, started to challenge him a little bit. And I was on the plane, and I'll never forget, sitting next to my wife, I looked up at the top of that airplane, and I said, Lord, we don't have anything else left. We don't have anything else left. It's up to you now. In 2 days, without saying a word to anyone, $600,000 came in. I am proud to announce, thanks to you, as of right now, and the money is still coming in, we have raised $5.5 million. In that same meeting, they said to me, Glenn, what happens if nobody comes? My response was, we'll stand where the Lord wants us to stand, and He'll provide the people if it's what's supposed to happen. We are a nation that has terrible, terrible scars, but we must look past it. We must look a person inside, a country inside, all the potential. To close tonight with a prayer, I want to introduce you to Dave Reaver. He's a Vietnam veteran. He was on a mission, and he pulled a phosphorus grenade. It went off in his hand. Phosphorus grenade is 5,000 degrees, half the temperature of the sun. His face was horribly scarred. He told me that he actually put his head in his pillow, and he screamed because he didn't want anybody to hear him in the hospital scream. And he removed his face from the pillow, and then he didn't care who heard him scream because his face was left in the pillow. He's a man that tried to kill himself because he thought, my wife will not want me, no one will. What is left of this scarred man? I am happy to say he's turned his life over to God, and his wife stood by his side, and as he said, kissed him in the one good part of his face and looked him into his one good eye. And together, they have made their way. Ladies and gentlemen, Dave Reaver will offer our closing prayers.
God in heaven, we recognize that there's a reflecting pool down here on earth. This one is not only of water, but there's a second one. It is a pool of people gathered in your name, and we reflect you. We are your reflecting pool. And we may be scarred, or some with limbs missing. We recognize the pain of war. God, you are the healer. And our nation at war needs a healer today. From Baghdad to Kandahar, wherever our troops are in harm's way, may hundreds of thousands of people at this very moment carry a big stick at the reflecting pool, and may we move the heart of God to protect our troops who have protected us this very day to celebrate the freedom they have fought for us. God bless this nation. We thank you for our president. We thank you for our Congress. We thank you for our land. But God, we thank you that you rule in the hearts of these people, and all things work together for good to them that love God and are called according to his purpose, on 8 and 28 of the book of Romans, and on this glorious day. God, I pray that not only will you bless those veterans that are returning, but in this crowd are tens of thousands of Vietnam veterans who never got a welcome home. God, give them a welcome home.